As stated in our previous session, let's move further with the story Gulliver's Travels and guide the students through the remaining concepts by implementing the zero investment innovative idea of words to weave a story. Instruct the students to carefully read the story written on the board and start a discussion by asking, "How big was the giant?" The students will respond by saying, "As big as a dinosaur," "Very big," and so on. Now ask, "What did the giant look like?" The possible responses could be, "Very big," "More powerful than an elephant," and so on. Inform the students that when we want to describe a feature of one person, animal, or a thing which is similar to another, then we make use of as in the sentence. For example, as big as a dinosaur. Further, tell the students that sometimes we cannot add or est to the words to make comparisons. In such cases, we use the words like more or most for comparing between two or more than two things or people to show the degrees of comparison. For example, more powerful than an elephant, or most fearful dream I ever had. Continue the discussion by asking, according to the dream, what happened first? The giant working in the farm or the giant seeing the writer? The possible response can be the giant working in the farm. Inform the students that both the actions are from the past which have occurred by now. While the first action was going on in the past, the second action also happened in the past. Further explain by giving the following points. To denote any action that was in continuation from before, was is used in place of is, followed by the verb with the added suffix ing. For example, he was working on his farm. To denote the action that took place later, but in the past, the second form of verb is used. For example, see becomes saw, scare becomes scared, look becomes looked, and so on. Conclude the class by asking the students to read the lesson Gulliver's Travels, which is based on one such meeting with the giants. Tell them that, in the next class, they will discuss Gulliver's adventures. Thus, by implementing the zero investment innovative idea of words to weave a story, the students will now be able to answer coherently in written or oral form to questions in English based on day-to-day life experiences, recite and share English songs, poems, games, riddles, stories, tongue twisters, etc., recite and share with peers and family members, independently read in English the storybooks, news items or headlines, advertisements, etc., talk about it, and compose short paragraphs. Use meaningful, grammatically correct sentences to describe and narrate incidents and for framing questions. Read text with comprehension, locate details and sequence of events. Write paragraphs in English from verbal, visual clues with appropriate punctuation marks and linkers. Attempt to write creatively. This brings us to the end of this chapter. For more interesting and engaging teaching content, do keep watching our videos. Until then, goodbye.